You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
Hurricane Michael is a good reminder just how devastating storms can be and how important it is to be prepared. What you need to know about the flood zones in the county. Hurricane Willa officially made landfall in Mexico, the latest on its path and the threat it has on Texas. And the latest, one person is a winner of this morning of $1.6 billion, where that Mega Millions ticket was sold. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jess Dowdrick. Ray Collins is off this week. It is Wednesday, October 23rd. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Time to head over to First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi with the weather. John, I didn't notice as many cool temperatures this morning as I have the last 2 days.
Not as cool. That is true. We're not in the upper 70s yet, but we are in the 70s, and our dew point values have risen just a little bit. We are transitioning slowly to kind of a humid, muggy kind of feel to the air, which we will have on Thursday night into Friday because of an advancing system, which is already producing a little bit of cloud cover across the region. Now, we will see sun today. There are holes in the clouds, and we will have a partly cloudy to partly sunny day today. And there's not much of a rain chance today, but that is an indication of the increasing moisture at all levels of our atmosphere as we head into the next several days and watch this area of disturbed weather back from Texas. Willa moving on shore, kind of falling apart, but it's moisture lifting northward toward Texas. Area of low pressure develops, moves in this direction, brings us better rain chances over the next several days, which we'll talk about in detail today. Not much of a rain chance, but another warm one. The afternoon high coming in again, about 85 degrees. Big weekend changes, though. We'll talk about that in just a few.
All right, looking forward to it, John. Thank you. Taking a look now live at our traffic camera. It's at University Parkway and I-75 at that diverging diamond that opened a little more than a year ago now. No congestion this morning. Obviously, that is a very busy intersection, but for 5:02 on your Wednesday morning, there's nothing to report there. Taking a look now at our First Alert traffic maps. We begin in Manatee County. Just some slight slowdown if you're on US 301 heading eastbound just east of I-75. There's some delays there, but other than that, things are running smoothly in Manatee County. As we head south into Sarasota County, no issues to report there. Everything is running on time. If we head south to southern Sarasota County for our last map, again, nothing to report there. It's 5:02 on your Wednesday morning. Hurricane Willa has weakened to a tropical storm. It made landfall overnight on the western coast of Mexico as a Category 3 storm. The storm's maximum winds were estimated to be 120 miles per hour. It's expected to bring heavy rains to Texas and New Mexico later today. John Lawrence reports.
Texas gets ready for another deluge.
While we're planning for and prepared for whatever Mother Nature might throw at us, we have no indication at this point that this will be a long-term issue.
The remnants of Hurricane Willa could dump as much as 4 inches of rain on some parts of Texas. Central and eastern Texas were drenched earlier this month with historic downpours, and Willa's waters may aggravate saturated areas and swollen rivers. In Austin, a citywide boil water ordinance was issued earlier this week, and officials stressed the importance of cutting down on water use.
No watering outside, no washing cars, no filling pools, no watering lawns. And then on the inside, conserve where you can.
That sent residents to stock up on bottled water.
I got 4 of those gallons, and I got 8 more gallons.
I've got a newborn at home, and she supplements with formula, so I don't mess around with anything dangerous, bacteria or anything.
There are concerns the additional rains will cause more flash floods, but officials are looking at the glass as half full.
We're pulling together here, and we'll get through this one too.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Sarasota County is making a continued effort to bring awareness of the life-changing effects of flooding and storm surge to homeowners. Our own Marla Spence joins us in the newsroom now with how the county is doing that. Marla.
How the county plans to alert homeowners and property owners of the devastating effects of flooding and storm surge. Now, this is what the county hopes that property owners will try to protect themselves from and their properties from, especially now that we are in hurricane season. Now, just last week, 70,000 insurance claims had been filed with estimated insured losses of more than $680 million after Hurricane Michael. Now, we spoke to a certified flood plan manager with the county, and she tells us it's better to be safe than sorry. She urges all property owners to protect themselves with flood insurance.
Flood insurance is mandatory if you have a federal backed mortgage. That could be a reverse mortgage, equity loan, if your property structure is in a high-risk area. We have just under 40,000 national flood insurance policies currently active in the county right now. Under 200,000 structures in the county. That's a guesstimate.
And the county is hosting a flood zone workshop later on tonight at the Fruitville Library at 5:30. That's where property owners will be learning their risk for flood for their homes or their properties, and also how to purchase flood insurance. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Marla. As recovery efforts for Hurricane Michael continue, one South Georgia woman is collecting donations to take to Panama City. And although Georgia is also recovering from Hurricane Michael, one Georgia resident says it's important to help Florida residents impacted by this horrific storm. Rebecca Riddle says in 2017, when South Georgia was hit by tornadoes, Panama City donated tons of clothing and cleaning supplies to Albany. Now she says she wants to return the favor and help them out like they helped her community out.
I would like to just return the love and support, because it seemed like we're getting support here, but they're still not. It's taking time for them to get help.
She's heading to Panama City next Saturday to drop off those donations. As Facebook continues to investigate a hack last month that exposed millions of users' information, what should you be doing? Reporter Danielle Luman shares some key steps to protect yourself from further potential exposure.
You might remember the widespread Facebook hack that happened last month, confiscating the personal information of at least 30 million users. You might have been a victim to this security issue, or you have absolutely no idea. Either way, it's time to make sure your bases are covered.
Social media enables users to create and share content. However, millions of users weren't ready to share their personal information with strangers.
I just checked Facebook, and then there was a notice on top that said that my information was taken.
15 million users that had their name, email addresses, and phone number accessed by hackers. While that's not ideal, almost just as many users were left with a much worse result. Hackers accessed their username, birth date, and other devices used on Facebook. The most unsettling of them all, they could have accessed the 10 most recent locations those users checked into.
It's scary to know that anything that was on my Facebook could have been taken by people I don't know.
According to CEO Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook logged out 90 million users, making them reset their passwords and negating the hack. But how do you know if you were hacked in the first place? Facebook says red flags could be noticing a change in your email or password, name or birthday, friend requests sent to people you don't know, messages sent you didn't write, or posts made you didn't create. Facebook also has a link you can click to secure your account if you're having any doubts. While the social media giant says they're troubleshooting every avenue, many users are still uneasy about the breach.
I am pretty shocked. It's like a big social media platform. I thought they had more security than that for that to happen.
Facebook says your personal...
That was Danielle Lewin reporting, and Facebook says personally identifiable information like social security numbers and credit cards were not stolen, and following these tips should be enough. However, you always have the option of deactivating your Facebook page. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office was at the right place at the right time to save a baby yesterday evening. Take a look at these pictures posted to their social media. You can see Deputy Patty Smith holding the 4-month-old baby to save her life. According to the Post, they were in Bay County when they were approached by a frantic mother and father and the nearby lifeless baby. The deputies were able to dislodge a small object from the baby's throat and saved her life. And the moment is here. We are learning that there has been at least one winner for the Mega Millions. According to the South Carolina Education Lottery website, a winning Mega Millions ticket was sold in the state. The ticket was purchased on October 23rd. The jackpot was up to an estimated $1.6 billion. We want to remind you that there can be multiple winners. After the break, we'll show you what those winning lottery numbers were, so stay with us. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Starbucks is changing the game for the deaf community, the first ever sign language store, and what that includes. And coming up a little later in the hour, that's happening today, early voting for Manatee County begins. Stay with us. We're looking live now at the city of Sarasota. Beautiful view there this morning. Let's head over to meteorologist John Scalzi for the drive time forecast.
So we're looking at none of the boxes checked today for inclement weather, though. Sprinkle, not impossible, but certainly no measurable rainfall around today. On the trip to work, you'll be looking at a sun-cloud mix, and on the way home, partly cloudy skies and dry conditions as well. And none of the airport hubs serving Sarasota International running late today due to any kind of weather conditions anyway. That according to the FAA. We'll be back with your forecast in a minute.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Where to go and what to do in Muscle Shoals in Florence, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweetspot.
Watch Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7. Premieres September 8th.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Now, your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
71-degree air temperature currently. We have increased our dew point values a little bit. You know, instead of low 60s, we're now in the upper 60s at 68 degrees. So certainly a little more humid feel to the air. Still okay, still comfortable, but not those low 60s and 50s that felt so good 48 hours ago. Now, that is going to change again as we head into the upcoming weekend, but first we're going to deal with a little bit of cloud cover across the region and a chance of rainfall coming up in the forecast down the road. Right now, we're looking at a mix of clouds and clear skies. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds throughout most of the day today. Periods of a little bit more sunshine, periods of a little bit more cloud cover, but rainfall is really not in the forecast today. In fact, rain showers are diminishing across the Gulf waters, which is where yesterday's midnight showers came from. We had a few around, and mostly in Manatee County, but they were around. 85, I think, will be a daytime high. Good figure there. You can see how things have kind of cleared out here out in Gulf waters. It's kind of moved on into the Atlantic now, that little disturbance. And so we're looking at pretty tranquil conditions, despite the fact that we do have that cloudiness across the region. The cloudiness is going to increase as the area of low pressure develops back to the west, taps into a decent moisture supply riding up from Willow. It's coming up through Mexico right now and producing some pretty good rain showers in parts of Mexico, and plus another area of moisture producing some pretty good rainfall in Texas currently. So the combination of all of that gradually drifting across the coastline promises some pretty good rainfall totals for the northern Gulf Coast. I don't think it's going to produce a whole lot in the way of rainfall for us, but there is the chance that we could see a stronger line of storms move through Florida, and maybe some of those storms work their way closer to us. Warm front lifts north initially tomorrow, and we start to see a little bit more cloudiness around, a few scattered showers possible. And then the frontal boundary itself moves through on Friday with a more solid line of showers, and there is some slight potential for some thunderstorm activity there, as well as we'll monitor it for severe weather. Though the severe weather threat, I think, is mostly going to be to our north. Partly cloudy today, more clouds around tomorrow. Friday rains, especially with that line of showers moving through, probably midday. And then evening clearing, and we'll be looking at a pretty nice weekend, I think. We might have to beat back some clouds on Saturday, but I think we'll see some delightful temperatures, lower humidity, and more sunshine as we head into the second half of the week for sure. So here's our system back to the west, beginning to develop. It advances through Thursday. Friday lifts to our north. The cold front moves through Friday, probably late in the afternoon. And then Friday night, we start to see some clearing. Now, Saturday, we might have a little residual cloud cover around, maybe on Sunday as well. But we'll have a fair amount of sunshine as well. As far as the heaviest amount of rainfall goes, again, I think it's going to be in the northern Gulf Coast where they could pick up perhaps as much as 2-3 inch rainfalls. For us, I don't think we'll get anywhere close to that. Maybe half-inch rainfalls, and that'll be about it. Forecast for us looks pretty good for boating today. Northeast wind at about 10, but that will be increasing tomorrow and really spike up on Friday with that cold front approaching. So boaters, watch out for that. 85 today, 86 tomorrow. We'll factor in a small 20% chance of showers late in the day, overnight. Friday, a good chance of showers, 50% chance. Breezy, some would even call it windy, gusts maybe as high as 30. We'll watch for some severe weather, most of that threat though to the north. Then we clear out, turn a little bit more sunny, and our temperatures start to drop. Another reinforcing shot of cool air on Monday. Check out Tuesday's temperature, a high of 76 degrees. Looks like it might be a cool Halloween. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look now at First Alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County. Just one little blip if you're on US 301 heading southbound at the intersection of State Road 70. Other than that, nothing to report in Manatee County. So we head further south into Sarasota County. The entire map is green this morning. It's smooth sailing if you're traveling through Sarasota County early this morning. And as we head even further south into southern Sarasota County, it's the same picture there. A slight delay on I-75 if you're heading southbound. But other than that, it's smooth sailing on 519 on your Wednesday morning. Take a look at this. The first Starbucks where every employee is fluent in American Sign Language opened this week. It's located in Washington, D.C. All the signs and logos are in both English and American Sign Language. There are tablets at the register if people want to write down their order. And unlike other Starbucks locations, there's no ambient music playing. It's not just a change of pace for customers. Several baristas say the deaf and hard of hearing community face chronic underemployment simply because of their language barriers. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, for the first time during the holidays, Target is offering free 2-day shipping on any item. That story and more in today's Tech Bites. And coming up at 5:30, new guidelines are being implemented in the Sarasota County School District, what they're trying to do to make schools safer for gender-diverse students. Stay with us. Those stories and more when we come back.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Civics on sale is now. During our model year-end sale, drive new Civics for just $169 a month. You made Civic the best-selling compact car in America. And now get Civic, a KBB.com's best buy of the year for less than the competition. New Civics just $169 a month. Your last chance for Civics, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com. Gatto's got it.
At Boys and Girls Clubs, it's not just about trying new things.
Tanya, come here.
Learning the right steps.
2, 3, 4.
Or making contact. It's not just about exploring the future. It's about helping them build it. It's about making the connection. It's about proving every kid and teen who enters our doors has what it takes. Great futures start here.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Amazon's latest cashierless store is open for business. ABC's Candace Gibson and Janae Norman have the details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon has opened its 3rd Go store.
The cashier-free spot is up and running in San Francisco. Amazon hopes to open as many as 3,000 locations by 2021. Reports say there are plans for a shop near New York's World Trade Center. And one of Amazon's rivals is delivering some holiday savings to its customers.
For the first time, Target is offering free 2-day shipping on all items. There's no minimum purchase involved. The deal starts next month and runs until December 22nd. Facebook has a new Messenger app.
Yep, Facebook says Messenger 4 is simpler to use because it consolidates the app's features into 3 major sections. The new Messenger rolls out for its 1.3 billion monthly users in the next few weeks because we needed another Messenger app.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Of course. Yeah.
Tech Bites, sponsored by Disabled American Veterans.
I am a veteran. I spent 2 years alone and homeless.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My victory was finding the support to get back on my feet.
DAV helps veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I'm a veteran. When I got out, I felt like nowhere was safe.
So veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory was finding the help I needed. Thanks to DAV, now I feel like I'm human again.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
If you come to Burlington just to buy a coat, here's what you're missing.
Great fitting jeans.
Tons of boots.
My favorite brands.
So much for the home.
Makeup. The latest fashion.
All the great brands at a fraction of the cost. Hello, Burlington. Bye-bye Coat Factory.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A contract that weathered Tet. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed. Isn't it? Why
is
heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our nation's youth. We believe veterans earn their benefits through their service to our nation. We believe in a strong national security. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion, and we believe it makes a difference. If you believe, learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Teachers inspire our children and promote a lifetime of learning. So ABC7 and Gettle Automotive want to honor these chalkboard champions by giving them the chance to win $500. But we need your help. Go to mysuncoast.com/chalkboardchampions to nominate an outstanding teacher who's really making a difference. And each month we'll deliver $500 to one teacher in Sarasota County and one teacher in Manatee County. Go to mysuncoast.com and nominate your chalkboard champion today.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember,
My passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
New guidelines are being implemented in the Sarasota County School District, what they're trying to do to make the school safer for gender-diverse students. Plus, take a look at this massive overnight fire that destroyed a 150-year-old Baptist church in Massachusetts, what officials say was the cause. And why some travel experts are expecting a big jump in airfare, even beyond the normal increases. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back. I'm Jess Dowdrick. Ray Collins is off this week. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Wednesday, October 23rd, 5:30 this morning. Let's head right over to meteorologist John Scalzi. John, what can we expect weather-wise today?
Well, I think we're going to see a little bit more cloud cover around today. Not much in the way of a rain chance, but the cloud cover will be around. We'll also see sun kind of peeking through at times. You can see all the clouds kind of moving in, and there are some holes in these clouds, and so consequently, we'll call it a sun-cloud mix. Now, this is the beginnings of what will be occurring over the next 48 hours with increasing cloud cover and a good chance of seeing some rain showers, particularly on the day after tomorrow. A little area of low pressure developing. We're seeing some rain showers in parts of Texas right now. Not a whole lot locally close at hand, but that will be changing as we head into certainly Thursday night into Friday, I think, is our best rain chance day. Not much in the way of a chance today, except for, again, a little bit more humidity around, a few clouds, and a high of about 85. We'll have the complete forecast in a sec.
All right. Thank you, John. Taking a look at First Alert traffic now, we begin with our live traffic camera that's stationed at University Parkway and I-75. You can see some of the vehicles moving smoothly on I-75 southbound. The diverging diamond there is pretty clear at 5:31 on your Wednesday morning. Now we're taking a look at the traffic maps. We begin in Manatee County. Again, still a slight delay on US 301 at the intersection of State Road 70. Other than that, though, nothing major to report in Manatee County at this hour. As we head further south, you're seeing some delays in Sarasota County on University Parkway. As you're heading eastbound toward I-75, expect some small delays there if you're heading that way. And we head even further south to our last map in southern Sarasota County. There's absolutely nothing to report at 5:32 on your Wednesday morning. New guidelines are being implemented immediately in the Sarasota County School District to make the schools safer for gender-diverse students. The new guideline gives power to the transgender student to decide which pronoun they will be utilizing and which bathroom or locker room that they want to use. The LGBT community sees this as a big victory, but School Board Chair Bridget Ziegler is having issues with this because she says the school board and community were not involved with the discussion, and she believes this is something that should involve parents.
It not being publicly discussed is a major issue for me, and I believe that the public deserves to have to hear the discussion and also provide feedback.
It's very important, I think, from a visibility standpoint for both our youth and also for their families and their loved ones to say, we're here, we support you, we know that you have unique needs, and we're going to put around you whatever plan we have to ensure that you don't feel like you're walking on eggshells.
The Sarasota County School District says they worked with a committee made up of administrators, principals, counselors, and community partners to develop these new guidelines. Superintendent Todd Bowden will talk with us about this after the guidelines are released to the school principals later today. Happening today, early voting for Manatee County begins. The ballot includes numerous federal, statewide, and local races, as well as 12 proposed constitutional amendments and other local referendums. Early voting is taking place until November 3rd. 13.2 million Floridians are registered to vote in next month's election. For locations on where you can vote in Manatee and Sarasota counties, visit our website, mysuncoast.com. The Sarasota County Jail is literally overflowing with inmates. The operational capacity for the jail is 867. The physical amount the jail is built to hold is 1,020. The current capacity is more than that, now at 1,043 inmates. The sheriff met with the county commissioners this week to address these and other issues. He says although the amount of arrests have gone down in the past year, longer sentences and people not being able to pay bond have made the jail more crowded. And due to a lack of space, it becomes a violent place.
Seeing some increased disciplinary standards that are being violated by the inmates because of the housing, which keeps them in longer. We're seeing inmates become frustrated now and fight with each other. We did have an inmate break another inmate's jaw recently because of the overcrowding.
While there was no solution decided for this problem, the sheriff says because many of the people in jail are there for a quality of life crime, he would prefer to see those people go through rehabilitation programs rather than just be locked up. Happening today, the City of Venice will hold another Red Tide Forum. Experts will discuss what can be done to reduce the flow of pollutants into the waterways. The meeting begins at 1 p.m. at Venice City Hall and is open to the public. Remember, you can find all of our Red Tide coverage, including answers to your most asked questions, online at mysuncoast.com. Just click on Red Tide. President Trump signed into law this week a bill that will help critical projects like beach renourishment and environmental protection. The Senate passed the measure back on October 10th. It will allow the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to construct, expedite, modify, and study more than 100 water resource projects. The bill will also increase water storage in the West, replenish shorelines across Florida, and build new dams. Caught on camera, a massive fire ripped through the First Baptist Church of Wakefield in Massachusetts overnight. The church appears to be a total loss. A witness reported seeing lightning strike the 180-foot steeple before it went up in flames. There have been no reported injuries. The church is nearly 150 years old. Construction for a new shopping center in South Sarasota is now underway. The West Villages Marketplace will be on the corner of West Villages Parkway and US 41. The first part of the project includes a massive Publix that will include a full-service pharmacy, a large bakery, and a deli. That project is expected to be done by this time next year. In addition to the Publix, additional Marketplace signed leases include Heartland Dental, Sparkle Bright Pools, a Japanese and Thai restaurant, China One, All-Star Laundry, and a nail salon. Looking ahead to this holiday season, Florida Highway Patrol is getting a head start in collecting food donations for their annual Thanksgiving food drive. Their Stuff the Charger event starts today and will go through November 16th. You can drop off non-perishable donations to any of their Southwest Florida locations, including Fort Myers, Bradenton, and Venice. Now take a look at this. A photographer is hoping social media can help him track down a couple so he can share a pretty important picture with them. Matthew Dipple was taking sunset photos at Yosemite National Park when he noticed the clifftop marriage proposal. Dipple tried to catch up with that couple, but by the time he made it to the area where they were, the couple was already gone. Now he hopes social media can lead him to the newly engaged couple. Dipple says he just wants to give them a big print of the photo he took because it's such an incredible moment for them. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Hurricane Michael is a good reminder just how devastating storms can be and how important it is to be prepared. ABC 7's Marla Spence will tell you what you need to know about flood zones in the county. Now we're taking a live look outside over the city of Sarasota. For what the forecast could look like a little later today, we head over to meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, looking pretty good for us today. I think we'll have a little bit of cloud cover around, and the kids at the bus stop will notice that, but it really won't be a big problem in terms of rain. 70 degrees at the bus stop this morning under partly cloudy skies, 85 on the way home under rain-free skies. A 10 out of 10 chance of an outside recess with only partly sunny and dry conditions in the afternoon and in the morning hours. Complete forecast coming up in just a few.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 78.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh, yeah. Yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
A 71-degree air temperature. We have a dew point value coming in at 68. Northeast wind at about 9. We'll continue having that northeast wind for probably about 24 hours or so. Then we're going to watch it start to switch to a more southerly direction, eventually a southwesterly direction, and then eventually a northwesterly direction. And then that'll last, that kind of west wind will last for about 24, 36 hours until we get to a northeasterly direction and some drier, less humid air starts to filter in. And it is going to feel delightful for several days, almost a week, I think, of pretty much assured cooler temperatures and lower humidity. As I mentioned, 71 with a feels like temperature of exactly the same right now. A little bit of cloud cover out there. The cloud cover will be with us throughout the day and into the afternoon. We'll kind of be beating back the clouds. At times it'll be mostly cloudy. At other times it'll be partly sunny or partly cloudy. So we'll be looking for those holes that occur in the clouds and kind of move over our area. As we head into the next 24 hours, I think the cloud cover will thicken and the base is lower. And we'll start to see some showers work their way into the forecast tomorrow. Today, the cloud cover was really not going to produce a lot in the way of rainfall. You can see out in Gulf waters, which is the direction these showers would be coming to us from. It's not looking very impressive out there right now. Most of the showery activity is now out in the Atlantic. It has crossed the state. We had some showers overnight around midnight, but not a lot to speak of. Total amount's not that great. Back to Texas, they're still getting more rainfall. An area of low pressure developing in the western Gulf waters will advance in this direction and bring some of that moisture with it. It'll also tap into Willa, which has now made it onshore. It'll continue to decay as it crosses the mountain regions, and basically this will just be a slug of moisture lifting northward. It will get kind of caught up in the circulation around this low pressure area, and tap into Gulf waters as well as the low moves toward the east. All of that together will produce some, at times, pretty good rainfall for parts of the deep south as that whole system moves in this direction. Plus, it'll develop a frontal boundary that'll gradually drift in this direction as well by Thursday night into Friday and bring us some pretty good chances of rain. First, a warm front swings northward, and then a cold front comes our way that promises us a pretty good line of showers that could develop as we head into Friday day. We're looking at partly cloudy skies today, though, as I mentioned, partly cloudy, partly sunny, depending on where the holes in the clouds are at any particular time. More clouds around tomorrow, though, and I think we'll have less chance of seeing the sun poking through later in the afternoon tomorrow. And then rain showers on Friday. Best chance for showers, I think, are going to be in the mid-morning to late afternoon time frame. That's when that frontal boundary will be moving through here. Winds are going to pick up. It'll be a breezy day on Friday, and for boating, really not a very good day for boating at all. Friday and maybe even on Saturday. So watch those forecasts, boaters. The rains will end on Friday, and then we'll start to see some clearing begin to occur Friday night into Saturday morning. The showers that you can see will gradually be rolling around an area of low pressure, and that's mostly going to be to the north of us. That's where the heaviest of the energy will be, that center of low pressure. We'll be watching it for the track of that low just to make sure it's not a little bit further south, which would increase our chance of severe weather. But now it looks like mostly that risk is going to be north of us, and it's a small risk at that. The front moves through. We get our rain showers, and then our temperatures drop. That's front number one. We have another front back to the north of us that'll be moving through here on Monday with another small chance at rain, but that too will bring us some cooler weather. Northeast wind coming in at about 10 knots. We'll look for a daytime high of about 85 today. About the same thing tomorrow, but a chance of rainfall late in the day on Thursday into Friday. Friday day, best rain chance at about 50% of the week. Breezy conditions as well. Some may even call it windy. Some of the gusts up to about 30. Saturday, clearing, cooler, 80 a high. Sunday, 78. Oh, Sunday looks to be a beautiful day. And then as we head into Monday, maybe another little shot of cooler air knocks our temperatures back even a little bit cooler for Tuesday. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look now at your first alert traffic this morning. We begin in Manatee County. There are absolutely no issues to report. There was some buildup at US 301 and State Road 70 a little while ago, but that has since cleared. There's some slight delays here and there, but overall nothing major to report in Manatee County. As we head further south into Sarasota County, you're seeing some delays if you're heading northbound on US 301 between Fruitville Road and University Parkway. Then again, more delays at the University Parkway and 301 intersection, and some delays on University Parkway as you head eastbound toward I-75. And as we head south into South County, some minor delays on I-75 as you're heading south of Venice into Northport, but other than that, it's smooth sailing at 5:47 on your Wednesday morning. Sarasota County is making a continued effort to bring awareness of the life-changing effects of flooding and storm surge to homeowners. Our Marla Spence joins us now in the newsroom with how the county is doing that. Marla.
Hey Jess, yeah, the county is hosting flood zone workshops. That's how they hope to alert homeowners and property owners of the devastating effects of flooding and also storm surge. Now, this is what the county hopes that many property owners will hope to avoid by getting flood insurance, especially now since we're still in hurricane season. Just last week in Northwest Florida, 70,000 insurance claims had been filed with an estimated insured losses of more than $680 million after Hurricane Michael. Now, we spoke to a certified floodplain manager with the county. She tells us it's better to be safe than sorry. She urges all property owners to protect themselves with flood insurance.
Flood insurance must be in place 30 days prior to a flood event. Flood insurance is mandatory if you have a federal backed mortgage. That could be a reverse mortgage, equity loan, if your property structure is in a high-risk area.
And property owners can learn about those high-risk areas and if they are at risk for those high-risk or flooding areas at a workshop tonight at the Fruitville Library at 5:30. They can also learn about how to purchase flood insurance needed for their property. Back to you, Jess.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. It's not Halloween quite yet, but you may want to make your holiday flight plans as soon as possible. Some travel experts are expecting a big jump in airfare, even beyond the normal increases. Balint Slavalari reports.
With the major travel season around the corner, airplanes aren't the only thing set to take off. Aviation experts like E. Gao are predicting a rise in airfare over the next several weeks.
It's seasonal. Very clearly that in this country during Thanksgiving, during Christmas, that more people would like to go home or want to go somewhere.
Ticket prices tend to increase during the holiday season to match consumer demand. But supply and demand isn't the only reason prices are increasing. Crude oil is essential to fueling the world. The price of crude oil reflects the price you see on your ticket.
When fuel price is high, then the profit margin of airlines will be squeezed and the airline will feel the pressure, so they will adjust the price to reflect that.
Crude oil prices have steadily risen over the past 3 years. Currently at $65 per barrel, its price is expected to grow even more. So how can you save money with increasing airfare? Booking in advance or a few days prior to departure can both save money. For AAA's Greg Sider, booking in advance is the safer bet.
If you do book well in advance, you're more so guaranteeing yourself the opportunity to fly at the time period in which you want to.
A flight may be cheaper if you wait last minute, however, it does not guarantee you'll get the exact flight you want. Cheaper flights can also be found in the morning and during weekdays.
Skyscanner.com says domestic flights for the last week in December are 4% cheaper when you buy them in October. And if you're on the job hunt, the U.S. Postal Service is hiring in Sarasota. USPS is looking for rural and city carriers for the holiday season, and they say some of those temporary jobs may lead to permanent positions. Salaries range from nearly $17 to almost $18 an hour. Carrier positions require a valid state driver's license, a safe driving record, and at least 2 years of documented driving experience. A written exam is required and a background check is also conducted. Applications are available online. Here are some of the top stories we're following. We'll go to that after the break, but first, we're looking over the city of Sarasota this morning. It's 5:51 on your Wednesday morning.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
My grandpa was always telling me about it.
But the civil rights thing happened like 1,000,000 years ago.
Still, he thought it was important that I know what it was like.
So we followed the civil rights trail to Alabama. We saw Dr. King's church,
the bridge in Selma, the church in Birmingham, and I finally knew what he was talking about.
Some things you just have to experience for yourself.
Start your civil rights journey at alabama.travel.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy.
I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today. One of the biggest debates of this election season aired last night right here on ABC7 at 7. 16 congressional district candidates, Republican Vern Buchanan and Democrat David Shapiro, went head-to-head at the trapezoid. If you missed that debate, you can find the entire thing on our website, mysuncoast.com. Plus, new guidelines regarding transgender students are being implemented at Sarasota County schools. Transgender students can now decide which pronoun and name they want to utilize and which bathroom or locker room they'll be using. And America has a new billionaire. There was at least one winning Mega Millions ticket sold in South Carolina. The winner has not yet come forward. Let's head over to meteorologist John Scalzi for one last look at the forecast.
Yeah, well, we're looking at a couple of things on the boards today. The first is there'll be a little bit more cloud cover around, indicating a slow humidity rise that'll be with us for the next couple of days. Rains will come our way on Friday particularly. That'll be our best rain chance day. Then some clearing, and that'll lead to a cooler weekend. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, John. It's 5:55 on your Wednesday morning. We'll be right back in a few minutes with another full hour of news and, of course, more of your forecast.